Hello and welcome back to my craft room. I've got a little quick idea for you today. If you've got paper scraps to use up, like I have from years and years of doing a lot of scrapbooking and card making, which I don't do so much anymore, I've still got lots and lots of scraps like this. And I've been trying out a few different projects to use them up. Now for this one, let me show you what I've got on my desk. So for this idea you will need a die cutting machine. I've got my trusty little Cuttlebug here that I've had for donkey's years. You'll need some bottle caps. I got this big bag of bottle caps for a couple of quid. I don't even know how many are in there, from my local supermarket. You can't do it, I did try it, you can't do it with used bottle caps unfortunately. It needs to be the new unused ones. If you check out the home brewing section in your local supermarket, you need your scraps of paper. I used a 1-inch hole punch and I punched up a whole load because I did do some with glass pebbles as well. So I've punched up a whole load of these and I think it's something that might end up being quite a fun thing to put in my Etsy shop. So I also got these clear, I think they were called clear domed stickers. You can see they're lovely and clear and they come on a release sheet and they're self-adhesive. However, they didn't stick really well. So I'm going to go back in and use this clear glue to just make sure they're really secure. And what I want to do before I stick them in is to add some little words to them. So I've also got this whoops, this whole drawer full of odds and ends of alphabet stickers and bits of paper. I think that was actually packaging, but I thought it was a shame to throw it away. Yeah, odds and ends of small alphabet stickers and words and things that I can use to add words to these. I might also try some on my typed out on my old vintage typewriter and cut them out and stick on. And I think it'd be quite nice to add little motivational words or just little cute words to them. Yeah, you need the beer bottle tops, die cut machine to squish them with. I'll show you that in a second. Your scraps of paper, punch to cut. I mean, you could cut out the holes, the holes. You could cut out the circles by hand, but I think it would be a bit laborious. But if you just wanted to make one or two, it wouldn't be too bad. I just wanted to make a whole load because I was doing a craft fair at the time, and it was just quite a cute thing to add on that. So the idea of these, if I did I say already? A bit muddly today. I can't even blame the medication anymore, so it's finished now. So the idea of these is that you would stick them onto, well, almost any surface. That these sticky foam pad things are quite good actually. They'll stick to most things. But yeah, I could stick them on my Reckless journal. You could put them on a mobile phone case, school books. You know, you could just use it to add to a present when you're wrapping up a present, or onto the back of an envelope, something like that. Only not if it's going to go through the post, but you know, if you're giving it by hand, anything really. Just a cute little idea. The ones that I made with the little glass pebbles, I put little magnets on the back so that they could be used as fridge magnets. I might pop some of those in my Etsy shop as well. Right, okay, so let me show you first things first. So if you've got a different die cutting machine, or even if you've got a Cuttlebug, they do vary a little bit from machine to machine, I think, don't they? So you might have to experiment with your sandwich, as we call the. So if you're not familiar with a die cutting machine, but you're watching this anyway, you have these different cutting plates. So with the Cuttlebug, look, you can see how well used these are. Look at it. You get one really thick kind of base plate, and then you get one slightly thicker of the clear plates that usually goes on next, and then you get two of these. Now I can't remember exactly what the sandwich was this time, but I can remember that I found that I could put 6 or 8 of these beer bottle tops through at the same time, which is quite good. I'm just going to experiment with one. Now if you were worried about about cutting into the wrong mat, because usually people like to keep the one underneath non-scratched. You want to be careful which way up you put it, but obviously my cutting plates are completely messed up anyway. Now I don't think this is going to work. This is going to be too thick. And you'll know your die, if you have a die, if you are a regular user of die cutting machines, you'll know your machine. And you'll know if you got the sandwich right before it even goes through, because you feel it kind of bite, but not. I think that's probably done it. Yes, there we go. How satisfying is that? So it's gone from, hang on, here's my unused beer bottle top to this. And I think then what I did was I got a pair of pliers because I was messing up my fingernails, and I just got in and just pulled off the little plastic part you can see there. There we go. So then you got this lovely little kind of tray and which is just perfect for your little circle to go in. Now you can get away with the circle being very slightly smaller, so it doesn't need to be absolutely exact. I'm assuming the beer bottle tops are pretty standard, so yeah, it's about an inch or 2.5 centimeters. But if it was slightly more or slightly less, you could probably get away with it. So all you do is, and I'll just show you just for demonstration's sake. I'll do 6 all at once. Such a shame you can't do it with used beer bottle tops. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. It just didn't work. It just didn't work. I couldn't get it to work anyway. Might be worth experimenting with. So I'm just gonna. Oops, doesn't want to go in this time. There we go. Oh, I'm going to have to pull the curtain now. So annoying having to keep shutting the sunshine out. There we go. So that's my six flattened beer bottle tops. I'm sure you could probably find a different way to do it. Put it between 2 pieces of something and hammer it, or so. I don't know, but this does it so neatly and uniformly. And quickly and easily. Yeah, so that's that bit done. And then it's just a matter of, whoops, then it's just a matter of punching circles from your scraps of paper and gluing them in like that, and then choosing some words. So you glue them in like that. I'm going to choose a word to stick on top, and then I'm going to add some of this clear adhesive and put that over the top. So I'm gonna go through and do a few of those, and then just come back and show you how they look with the words. Easy peasy, just a quick idea. And I know you can't do it if you haven't got a die cutting machine, but for those of you who have, I just thought it's a really fun idea. Hello, okay, so it's the next morning, and unfortunately I'm a bit disappointed with the results. I probably should have tested a bit before I got carried away and did all of these, but I was really enjoying myself. And now looking at them this morning in better light, I can see most of these aren't going to be, well, I say not usable. I might use them myself. I would still happily stick some of these. I love that one. I'll still happily stick some of these on my Vet the Journal and things like that, but I wouldn't give them away, and I certainly wouldn't sell them in my Etsy shop. I had thought that what would be quite nice is to do a whole load of them and use them as kind of little freebie giveaways to put in with purchases in the Etsy shop, but I wouldn't, even as a giveaway, I would want it to be right. So let me show you what I'm annoyed about. So here's a good example. You can see that around the edges it looks almost like the glue has really soaked into the paper, and it's not going to dry out anymore now, so the paper's gone. There you go, you can sort of see it there, and there's like a little funny mark underneath where the word is. Oh, it's lost focus now. It was alright for a minute. This one you can see it better probably on that one. You see the glue is almost kind of soaked into the paper. This glue was very, very liquid, and I wonder if that's problem. That one, it's not so obvious. It just isn't a nice fit. Again, I probably would use this myself, but now this one is a different problem where the glue seems to have actually smudged the ink. Now this isn't something I did on my inkjet printer or something. This was printed, a proper printed sticky labels. So it's taken the colour out of that and spread it around the background paper, so that looks awful now. So disappointed, this one. Yeah. And it's really annoying because I loved all these I loved all these patterns, and I can't even use the domes again now. I don't know, maybe it will come, maybe I can. You see, now that's clearly, yeah, that glue is not going to do it, but at least it looks like I might be able to use that again, because those are the more expensive bit. Beer bottle tops, cheap as chips. Paper cost me nothing, I've got it to use up, but these were a little bit, I can't remember how much they were, but you know, I don't want to waste them. So I can probably reuse most of these again. So what I'm going to do is a little bit of an experiment. Let me show you first. So to give you an example of what I was hoping for, these are the ones I made with the glass, actual glass, not plastic, actual glass pebbles. And I think these probably will be going up in my Etsy shop. I might do them as little sets, because it's not viable. It's not viable when you take all the listing fees and the transaction fees and all of that off, and pay the postage. It's not worth selling really small items unless you do them in little packs. So I might just do them in packs, just assortments or something. But you can see I was really, really pleased with these. I think they turned out really well and look quite professional. These have got magnets on the back, so you can use them as fridge magnets. So this tin that I keep them in is metal, so you can see. We can't, if I turn it up you can't see, but yeah, really, really happy with those. And now I did these with, it was a long time ago I made them. I might have to look up my own old blog post to remind myself, but I believe I just used Mod Podge, and which is just a PVA really, isn't it? I still punched the circles, but I think I had to cut around them with scissors afterwards, because the circles were just a little bit too big. I didn't have circles exactly the right size, so it was quite laborious. I think I punched all the circles, stuck the words on, put the stones on, let them dry, and I did all of this. I did like all of these at one time, or like, you know, 50 at a time. So I cut sort of 50 circles, put 50 words on them, put 50 glass nuggets on those, let them dry. Then I had a little emery board and sanded around the edges to smooth it all off. Then did a couple of coats of Mod Podge to seal the back, because of course otherwise that would just be paper and that wouldn't last very long. And then used a stronger glue, probably this one, to stick the magnet on. But yeah, so they came out lovely. So you can imagine how disappointed I was to come in this morning and find things like this. Yeah, that's a good example. I was gutted when I came in and looked at these this morning. Even when the glue hasn't kind of soaked into the paper or made the ink run, it's dried in this kind of really patchy way. So, I mean, admittedly, this is the epoxy domed stickers, not the glass, and that will make a difference, but still. So I'm going to experiment. I'm not going to bother trying this again, because I think it's just not going to work for this. I've got loads more of these. I don't think this is these all the way down, but it's at least half full of these circles, so I've got plenty to play with. I'm going to try some real cheap just PVA, because I think for this it doesn't need to be Mod Podge. I've got this Yoo-hoo glue, which is a multi-purpose adhesive, and this is a solvent-free one, which is washable with soap, so it'll be less stinky to use and stuff. But it does say it sticks paper, cardboard, wood, felt, textile and cork to one another, as well as to metal, porcelain, glass, styrofoam and many plastics. Not suitable for photos. So I think this hopefully will do the job. And then I have got my beacon, which is, now this is a solvent one, and I do have to window open when I'm using it. It's also quite expensive, so it's what I use to stick the magnets to the back of these. It's really good. Thoroughly recommend it, but it's not the cheapest. So I'm going to have an experiment with those, and I might just use a good old glue stick to stick the words to the circles as well. And I will come back and show you the results. Hopefully more encouraging than the ones I came in and found this morning. Can't always go perfectly first time, can it? It's an experiment. And I don't just want to show you, you know, perfect results and hide all the hide the journey. That it's, you know, it's sometimes a bit of trial and error to get what you want. So yeah, I'm going to try that, and I'll come back later or in a couple of moments for you and show you how it went. Wish me luck. Right, so I've been out for a walk and let my 3 experiments dry. Let me show you how they look. I'm much happier this time. I should have done this the first time, you know. Lesson learned there. Here are the 3. This one was PVA. This one was the Yoo-hoo multi-purpose adhesive, solvent free, and this one was the beacon, which is a fast grab, strong, clear glue, but it is solvent based. So now I think they're all okay. I think actually, if anything, the PVA one has the edge. I think there's still a little bit of drying out to do, possibly, but that will gradually happen. There's nothing wrong with either of these. I can see a slight strangeness underneath here on this one, but I think that's because I took the epoxy dome off and used it again, and it's got a trace of the other glue that didn't work on it. I think that's all I'm seeing. So I think actually any of these works fine. As you can see, this is what I hope to come in and find with all of them this morning. So I've just got to cut my losses and move forward. So I've got a few more ready to go, and I've actually just been and ordered some more epoxy stickers from Amazon. So if you wanted to get some, if you put in epoxy dome stickers, that brings them up, but a pack of 100 of them was just over 10 quid. So I mean, it's not expensive, but they're like 10p each, so you don't want to be throwing them, you don't want to be wasting them, you know. But for a little sort of giveaway thing to go with my Etsy orders or whatever, that I think that'd be quite fun. And once I get into the once I work out how to do it properly, it'll be easy to do. Just sit and do a few while I'm binge watching Netflix or something. So here's some of the ones I thought I'd do a few examples to show you the sort of thing. So this one, I'm not going to put, I don't need to put anything else on that one. That was actually printed on the paper. Well, that was one of the old batch. This one I used letter stickers and just spelt a little word. Obviously it's got to be a short word. This was just a, you know, ready-made, the word was already there. So bear in mind that you can just use individual stickers and spell out words like that, or you can cut bits out of longer sentiments. So and you can cut them down to fit. So I used these, but I had to cut them down a little bit just to give, and these ones, they were much bigger, I had to cut them down a bit, but yeah, just stuck to them to fit. Yeah, here's a good example. So this was a sticker I probably wouldn't ever have used, Power of a Smile, but I just cut out the word smile and put it on there. This one, it was too long to fit on the circle, so I just cut it into pieces and trimmed them a little bit and put it in 2 bits. So yeah, you can do that kind of thing, and you can use up all of these. I mean, some of these kind of things, there's a lot of because a lot of scrapbooking supplies, which is where these have come from, are American made, and of course, you know, some of the spellings and sayings, just certain, I can't think of anything off the top of my head now, but there's certain sayings that we just don't use here. So, you know, here's another example. So you're so sweet, you gave me a toothache. I'd probably never use that, but I could just use you're so sweet, or on these I could just use sweet. So yeah, so I'm going to go through finish off the ones I've got. I might as well carry on and get a few more ready, and then when the stickers arrive on Wednesday I can finish them off. So I'm going to go through and do that, and you don't need to sit and watch me do that, it won't be very interesting. I'll just pop a photo in at the end of the ones I've managed to cobble together here, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you might find that a useful idea. Maybe you've already done it before, but if not, to me it was an absolute revelation when I realised I could crush beer bottle tops in my cuttlebug. Woohoo, game changer. All right, okay, thanks very much for watching today, and I'll see you again really soon. Bye.